Well, sharpshooter's a hick from the sticks, boys and girls, but I don't think he's a dumbass, okay? America's educational system has been compromised. Have you been watching the TV? It has been compromised. It has been compromised politically, I believe. There's clear evidence. Y'all heard all those presidents of those universities? You know, the police women and policemen in this country should be outraged. Why is that? You know, their profession has come under the most scrutiny via the use of body cameras. Now, there's some good officers out there. There's a lot of good officers, police officers, and there's always a bad apple, okay, in every basket. I don't care what profession you're talking about. I've seen bad apples in the Air Force, okay? But you got to weed out the bad apples. You got to speak up. You know, a system will take care of itself if the people will take care of it. The people that belong, you know, that are part of the system. The good old boy, good old girl concept will ruin an organization. Every single time it will ruin it, tarnish it. Okay, I know this much. Well, let's get back to our little education system here. You know, it is a bit frightening, ain't it? We got a lot of these Supreme Court justices we have, you know, oh, they all got Harvard. A lot of them have, you know, Harvard. Probably a lot of your federal appellate court judges in this country of ours have Harvard experience. And to hear that Harvard president say what she did, and the other presidents of those other universities. So what needs to happen? What hasn't been happening? Remember what I said about the police officers, the men police officers, the men and women serving should be outraged? Well, I want you to think about this. Police women and police officers are out trying to basically, you know, keep law and order, okay? Put the lawbreakers in jail, arrest them, so they can get corrective action and maybe become better citizens. That don't always happen. Of course, sometimes, you know, you commit a crime, you know, you don't get a second chance. So all of these college professors, the colleges in this country have sort of what? They're in their own world. They don't have any checks, and we don't get to see what they're saying in the classrooms, do we? Would we expect a student in one of these classrooms to go run into a TV camera or do a YouTube saying, oh, my professor said this or did this? Well, they would be afraid of what? They would be afraid of reprisal. Why don't we have cameras on these professors? I want to know what they're teaching. I'm a damn taxpayer. I pay part of their damn salary. The parents are paying some of this high-ass tuition for their kids to go to these institutions. But what are they being taught exactly? You know, this is not an accident. Don't you all find it awfully strange? We have, what, a war going on in Ukraine? Where's the demonstrations for that war? We had a war in Iraq and Afghanistan. Where was the demonstrations? Did you see any demonstrations on a Harvard campus? But when Israel is involved, oh Lord, here's all the demonstrations. What does that tell you? We have an infected higher education system in this country, and it's got to be disinfected, okay? And we need to open up these universities. We need to see. Let's get to hear these professors. They make pretty good damn money, don't they? What are they teaching our children? The younger generation. These same people, hey, you know what? We have a Selective Service Act where you have to register as a male in this country. And I'm starting to wonder now, you know, if need be, and we have to start, for lack of a better expression, we have to start drafting these people to go serve their country. Will they even show up? So we gotta get a handle on this, because this is despicable. To hear that Harvard president, who makes good money, and she's unfit to have that job. She showed us that. You know, and she's a black female of all things. Think about that. So what if we would have asked her that question? You know, that Representative Elise Stefanik, she's one of the brightest females to probably ever serve this country in the House of Representatives. That's my opinion. Oh, she's a Harvard graduate. How about that? But to see how that professor, how that president of Harvard sat there and wavered on this. Well, wonder if we would have turned the tables on her and used black racism in the questions that representative was asking her. What would her response have been? We know what it would have been. So yeah, let's get some cameras on these professors. Let's get these live feeds going. Let's see what our kids are being taught, okay? This behind closed doors education system we got's got problems. It's obvious. Oh, let's not be mistaken. These three university presidents that one's done resigned, I guess, they're not the only ones. They're just the only ones that got in front of that damn TV camera and gave the answers they did. There's more, lots more. We got to put a stop to this. Now, I'm going to close this video with one thing here, okay? Everybody can have their own political leanings they choose. It was President Trump that did more for Israel than any president in modern history. Why is that? President Clinton didn't do it. George W. Bush didn't do it. George H.W. Bush didn't do it. Neither did President... No, there was always talk. But it was Donald Trump who actually did it. I don't think that's an accident why those others didn't do it. We know why. We know why. These three college professors told us why these other presidents didn't do it, didn't they? But Donald Trump did it. I want you to think about that. And the strangest thing about all this, the Democrats and this left-leaning media, the first words that come out of their mouth talking about Trump is Hitler. Well, ain't that something? That's wild, ain't it? I want you to think about the logic there. Trump does more for Israel, yet they label him as Hitler. Well, what about all the other U.S. presidents that didn't do a damn thing? What are they? Worse than Hitler? We don't hear that talked about, do we? So yeah, our education system in this country, this will cost this country, okay? Remember, these students are going out into the real world eventually. And they have been basically pumped this garbage, pure garbage, okay? It's I just can't even, I suspected this all along, but now we know. We know now for sure, without a doubt. My tax money don't need to be going to learning institutions that's promoting this garbage. Okay, I want the kids, the younger generation, to be taught to go out and be professionals. That's what I want. I hope you enjoyed the video.